Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin in the current short term here shows some weakness. Yesterday we talked about this movement to the upside, which doesn't really give too much confidence, and we retested basically, or made a double top here, which isn't great. So it missed this target for the third wave here by, I don't know, $30 or something. So it came really close. And the point is, for me, this was not a very clear peak in the third wave, because what we expected eventually was here a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and the wave 5, which, to be honest, pushed above the third wave, but it wasn't really strong enough. So I would like to see actually a push to the upside to get a clearer evidence of the structure. And there's a couple of ugly ways how this can be counted. It's not great, I'm very honest with you. It isn't great to count this. I mean, you can count the entire movement here as an ending diagonal in a wave 5, so that all of this, was a wave 5. So let's say here, this fifth wave, after wave 4 was completed here, you count all of this as an ending diagonal. It's an ugly one. That is possible as an ending diagonal, and then you can get overlaps here between the different, you can basically get overlaps, but even here, there's different possibilities. It's extremely ugly, I must say. 3, 4, and then the fifth wave. That's certainly a possibility. I don't want to really make that a primary expectation, but it's possible. And then we could push lower now in this fourth wave. So I can give you a target for that just in case it happens already. There's also the possibility that we say wave 3 basically was already finished here. That's why, at the moment in the short term, because Bitcoin doesn't really give us a very clear signal here, things are getting a bit uncertain. What I can tell you, the first signal of weakness was already the break of the trend line. As you can see, we broke below the trend line, where I told you yesterday, if we do that, it's another sign of weakness. We have now retested it from below. That's the second sign of weakness. And the third sign of weakness would be if we now go below 20,700. What needs to happen then? Well, what needs to happen then? I can give you the key support level that is then of relevance if we come down below that level, because that probably will mean further downside. The area that will then be support in this scenario that we are in a wave 4 then already, and that we missed this target area by a few dollars, because the wave 3 basically wasn't long enough, or the wave 5 in 3 wasn't actually long enough. I would still like to see that, right? I would still like to see another push to the upside. So I'll leave it on the chart as a target. But the point is, if we now go down further and break this support at 20,700 roughly, then we will most likely see this wave 4 unfold. And then we will get into this area between 20,515 and 19,875. And this is the support level that needs to hold to make wave 4 still likely. Any drop below that would mean that we have already seen a more substantial peak here, and that we will not get this last leg up, okay? Because then we are dropping below what would be likely for a wave 4, and we're basically dropping too low, and then another scenario gets likely. We talked about different scenarios in previous videos, that this is already a finished 5-wave move. Difficult. I think if we are losing this support, I think we're heading already down in this third wave. It depends a little bit on how we are heading down. What we now need to see is, first of all, do we lose this $20,700 level that I mentioned? So all eyes need to be on that level. That would unlock prices into this region. Or alternatively, do we get back above resistance and a move above, let's say, it's a bit dynamic, that price range, but let's say a move above 21K would probably push us into this area here between 21,150 and 21,800. So key decision phase, Bitcoin needs to decide now, the market needs to decide what we do, and we will get more clarity after getting into this area or this area. So until today, these movements were, so let's say, fairly clear. Yeah. Now we get a bit in a move of uncertainty here, because this move up was not strong enough. Bitcoin didn't give us a clear enough signal. Certainly some short-term weakness as we broke below the trend line. And I gave you the key breakout points and support and resistance levels that are now relevant. I still think we should either go up now and then come down and then go up, or go down and go up. I think we should still see this last leg up. That would be ideal to just complete this, let's say, this wave 2. But yeah, you know what I thought about this move to the upside, and I'm a bit skeptical generally about it, especially on the Bitcoin chart, where we just haven't had enough evidence that a bear market low is already in. So for Bitcoin, just to emphasize that again, there are different scenarios. In the immediate, the real bullish one, which is not the primary expectation, in the bullish one, we from the bear market low moved up in a wave 1 in a leading diagonal to around 25k. We then came down in a wave 2 all the way down here to around 18k, I think it was, and we are now moving up in a third wave to around 30k. There will be a fourth and a fifth. That movement would be in line with Ethereum's expected movement, so it's not too unlikely, it's possible, given that there are certain correlations, even though I don't overemphasize them. As we can see what happens with various coins in the crypto market at the moment, they're not following at all to Bitcoin. You know, some have decoupled entirely and so on. The movement that I still have on the chart here as primary expectation is the situation that this move to the upside here was just a corrective move in a wave 4, and we started the wave 5 to the downside from there, from the high in August. That would be the last wave down to finish off the bear market, and this is divided into A, B, and C. And the C wave is dividing into 5 waves. Wave 1, wave 2 is what we're doing now, the retracement to the upside. There will be wave 3 down, a wave 4 up, and a wave 5 down. Yeah. So the chart will flip bullish. The overall chart context will already flip more bullish in the region between 21.7 to 22k. So I'm definitely watching and observing this price level. And then we have one more scenario for Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin's triangle. So as I said before, we need to have a bit of an open mind here with Bitcoin. In the triangle scenario, we can move sideways for much longer. So you have here the wave A up, the wave B down, the wave C up. This is the wave we are currently doing. This wave must not get above 25,235. Otherwise, the triangle will be invalidated. That would be additional evidence for a more bullish pattern. There will be a D down and an E up, and then we come down once more. So short term, all of these scenarios still allow for more upside. Yeah, it's just the different pivot points, the decision points that will be relevant to understand more clearly which of these scenarios is actually going to play out. As you know, I will always keep you updated. So yeah, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.